Becca and Thomas defend their uncommon proposal. Blake and Gianina step out for the first time, and Ivan Hall reveals that Chris Harrison reached out to him before Paradise drama. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Shared News. We've got lots of Bachelor updates to dive into today, but before we get into all the tea, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're new here, so you're always up to date with all things Bachelor Nation. As always, I am your host, Zachary Reality, joined with the lovely Morgan Wright. Now, Morgan, we also got an update yesterday that the men for the next season of The Bachelorette are actually going to be announced tonight on TikTok Live. What did you make of all of this? Are you ready to meet Gabby and Rachel's suitors?
I'm ready. I'm mad that they're trying to take our TikTok platform away from us. I mean, this is the first time that the Bachelor franchise is doing a reveal on TikTok. Normally, you and I and a bunch of other of our creator friends are taking care of that platform. So I feel like they're coming for our territory a little bit. Will I watch? Honestly, probably not. I'll probably be asleep by then, but I'll get all the recap from your TikTok the next day.
I'm just like, does Jesse Palmer know how to use TikTok? Also, didn't he just land in Mexico? Like, he posted a story. He landed there yesterday. He's in Paradise. Wells got to Paradise. Like, the connection's just, like, not going to be good in Mexico. So it's a little
Unless
odd
they
to me.
pre-recorded it.
Oh, true. But isn't it called a live?
Who knows what's going on? Everything is smoke and mirrors over there.
Yeah, a lot's going on, but I'm excited for some of the updates on Paradise, and I'm excited to meet the men and get the bios and everything, and I'm sure we'll be talking about them all week long, the rest of the week. But we got to talk a little bit about Becca and Thomas because they are defending their uncommon proposal. So Becca and Thomas are sharing all the behind-the-scenes details of their not traditional proposal on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast. This is the first time they're speaking out and they're talking since their proposal, which was announced a couple of weeks ago, and Becca really wanted to kind of call out the haters. You know, some people were saying that she was desperate for proposing to a man, and she says that's cool if it's not your thing, but for her and Thomas, it was special. And Thomas even agreed, saying that he was so appreciative of her gesture. He did not feel offended. He felt so fortunate that he was able to experience that proposal and that Becca was so, caring to do that for him. And they're just really excited to spend the rest of their life together. Do you feel like Becca and Thomas need to be defending themselves, or are they just trying to provide a little bit more context?
I don't think they need to defend themselves. I understand why they would want to. I feel like an engagement is such a special moment in your life that, anytime that there's negative comments or DMs, it's like, can you not just chill out for 1 second? And I feel like, it's really not that hard to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Becca has been engaged to twice before on the
Mm-hmm.
franchise. So maybe she just wanted to do something different, Maybe she wanted to, I mean, it's clear she wanted to propose to Thomas. I think it's really cool that Thomas is like secure enough in his masculinity that he is not letting the naysayers and the Debbie Downers get to him. And he's like, no, I think it's awesome that Becca chose to do something different. So I feel like this hopefully is an indicator that they are really endgame. I know Becca has had a little bit of a tough time on her journey to find true and lasting love, but I feel like third time's the charm for Becca and let them do what they want. Who really cares?
And I mean, they seem so genuinely happy. So it's like good for them. Like, let them do their thing, do the damn thing, as Becca once coined the phrase during her season of The Bachelorette. And, maybe Thomas will propose to her, next week or in a few months. There doesn't seem to be much wedding planning going on right now. They just got engaged. And I also think that they were kind of prepared for the backlash. They did mention in their Instagram post that it did happen a few weeks before they actually announced it. So it's like good for them. Let them do their thing. I mean, I'm gay and I hope to be proposed to one day, and I will never propose to a man. So, I mean, like, I could never do that, but I mean, like, good for them. Now, Morgan, you also just got engaged. Was there any thought in your mind about proposing to David? And now that you've seen Becca propose to Thomas, do you want to propose to David, even though you're already engaged? Do you want to give him that?
I'm good on that. I don't think I would ever propose to my fiance David, but also I feel like if I was on my third engagement, Maybe, maybe I would want to try to switch it up a little bit, try something new, make it special for my significant other, since I had already had that experience, twice before.
Fair enough, and we'll be looking forward to seeing if Thomas ends up proposing to Becca one day, and I can't wait for their wedding. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful and probably a little bit more intimate. They're a little bit more of a private couple. Now let's move on to Blake and Giannina. They are stepping out for the first time since their rumored romance has been going on for many, many months, and now that the show that they met on has officially been announced, it's called All Star Shore. We've known about it for a while, but we have our official poster. We know it's going to be streaming on Paramount Plus June 29th. So Blake and Giannina are finally able to talk about their relationship in a little bit more detail. Now, E! Online captured an adorable picture of the two of them holding hands over the weekend outside of Craig's in Los Angeles. Now, this is the first picture of them together with their faces on it, with their faces. Usually we see Giannina, cropping Blake's face out. She gets very creative. Now, Giannina also spoke to some press over the weekend at Wango Tango and shared that Blake is very respectful and sweet. So I gotta know, Morgan, are you gonna watch All Star Shore? Are you excited about it? Or do you feel like there's no point in watching since we already know they ended up together?
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest, I'm not really excited about it, and I probably won't watch me. This kind of just feels like, a stretch reality show, a stretch to get people that everybody already know all in one place. I feel like I'm kind of maxed out, on reality shows, and this doesn't necessarily bring anything new. Or I mean, how many times have we had cast members from different reality shows come together
Mhm.
in one house? It's been done before. So I mean, I wasn't necessarily looking forward to it. Were you?
I'm interested in Blake and Giannina. I think they're such a hot couple. I love Blake so much, and I also love Giannina. And then Angelina from Jersey Shore is on it. They're kind of coining it as the first like party competition dating show. So I think it could be a little different. But for me, it's just like I don't even know if I have Paramount Plus. I need to check. And also, I don't really know anyone else on the cast besides those three people. It seems like they're getting a lot of international reality stars from England, maybe Australia, Brazil. So I don't know if they're just trying to promote this like worldwide, which is why it's such a random mix of people. But I think because I am so invested in Blake and Giannina's relationship, and I think she's also done a really good job at like PRing this to the press and to social media, I think I'm gonna have to check it out because I can't imagine not seeing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll check it out and I'll let you know. I mean, Angelina from Jersey Shore is also going to be on it, and we know she just kind of got divorced from Chris. Like, does that interest you at all, or what do you think of the whole Jersey Shore crew?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched Jersey Shore since, the OG days. I know that there's been some drama
Mhm.
recently because they're doing like a Jersey Shore 2.0, which I agree, like it was iconic in its moment for a reason, and I feel like you should leave that alone to them. Same thing with The Hills, because nothing is ever
Mhm.
as good as the original. It's like you're trying to recreate the magic, and I just don't think that it's going to happen. So, I would rather watch reruns of the original Jersey Shore than start fresh with a new one.
Yeah, I totally feel that. Well, let's take things back to Bachelor Nation. We got to talk about Ivan Hall. Now, he is sharing that Chris Harrison actually called him before he went to Bachelor in Paradise. Now, it was a pretty rough run for Ivan as he was once a fan favorite on Tayshia's season of The Bachelorette, turned villain in Paradise because of the whole going through a producer's phone and sneaking out of the hotel room. But before he actually went to Paradise, he vocalized that he did not feel comfortable if Chris Harrison was the host. Now, this was all kind of going on around the time of the Matt James and the Rachel Kirkconnell of it all. And Ivan shared on the Here for the Right Reasons podcast that if Chris continued on with the franchise and became the host of Paradise, he would have been uncomfortable to see Chris there. However, after he said that, Chris actually gave him a call, and Ivan said he appreciated the call. Everybody makes mistakes, and it was a good conversation. Now, it seems like there is a lot of alumni kind of giving Chris Harrison some grace. I mean, even Ivan, who is someone of color. Do you think there's ever a chance that Chris Harrison would return to the franchise? or do an exclusive interview, or do you think he'll ever do another show again? It's just like, I haven't fully, adjusted to Jesse Palmer, to be honest.
I don't think he's coming back to the franchise. I think that door is closed. I really appreciate what Ivan said. Everyone does make mistakes, and yes, people should be held accountable. Um, but I feel like, are we really down for cancel culture anymore? I mean, if somebody does something really, really terrible, then they need to get the platform taken away from them. But everybody in life makes mistakes. And I feel like it's how you come back from those mistakes. And I feel like Chris Harrison reaching out to Ivan privately, it's not like he was calling Page Six saying, I talked to
Mm-hmm.
Ivan and I did this and that. So you
Mm-hmm.
could tell that it really was weighing heavy on his heart, and that reaching out to him privately was the right thing for him to do. Now, do I think Chris Harrison is done on reality TV? I think it really depends. I don't know if he was in retirement mode yet, but we know he's been working on the Bachelor franchise for over 20 years. So, was he getting ready to start, his ascend into retirement, or was he ready to keep going? I think if he was ready to keep going, he could pop up on, a Netflix dating show. Like we said earlier, everyone's coming out with these new reality shows trying to plug their streaming
Mm-hmm.
service. So I feel like there definitely are some potential players that would want to snag a name like Chris Harrison. I don't know. I think right now he's probably focused on getting married to Lauren Zima and being happy in place.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish him all the best.
Yeah, there's been some rumors that he might be hosting some type of show, but it's been like over a year now, so I don't know if he's ever going to make that comeback. He did get paid out by the franchise, probably close to $10 million, I think it was reported, so he's definitely good for right now, but I mean, an exclusive Chris Harrison tell-all is just so necessary, and we really would love to see it. Now, I actually just interviewed Jason Tartick on my YouTube channel, and you guys could check it out at Zachary Reality on YouTube, and he shared a lot about his new book, The Restart Roadmap, and his relationship with Caitlyn and how they balanced each other. There was no wedding updates, so I was really hoping to kind of hear some of things about that, but don't really know anything unless they're keeping it on the low and like saving it for like, a bigger outlet or something. But I definitely recommend everyone checking it out on my channel. And Morgan, I know you also have a podcast going on. So what is new on your podcast? Who have you interviewed?
Well, I'm getting ready to interview someone this week in this latest episode, and I know we actually just talked about it on our recap. But there was a lot of drama going on between Lisa Rinna, Kathy Hilton, and Patrick Sommers. I'm interviewing somebody who was in the mix of all that drama, so hopefully they will be able to set the story straight and let us know what really went down between all of those players in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But that's what I'm working on, and I'm looking forward to watching your interview with Jason. Congratulations, Zach.
Yo, thank you so much. And thank you to all our listeners here at Shared News. We want to hear your thoughts on all the latest Bachelor news. So let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, Shared News, and ring the bell so you're always up to date. And don't forget to check out me and Morgan. Our social media links are down below. We're working overtime over there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.